Good morning, and welcome to another Writer's Morning Commute with Ashton Gaskill. Oh, this week has been... that's bright. It's been a rough one for me. My goals from last week were to get through 2 chapters of annotations per day, which at this point would mean I would be done with half my novella and could finish up the annotations next week if I could keep up the pace. Early in the week, I had a really bad flare of depression, which made writing really difficult, working on anything really difficult. So, got off to a bit of a slow start. However, I did start to get into a groove and got very productive around the middle of the week. That flare kind of, still feeling the effects of it, to be honest, but through that I pushed and actually did manage to get 8 chapters done. I wouldn't have been able to do that if it weren't for the fact that a few of the chapters didn't have many annotations. Like, while I was reading it, it was just, I found it to be engrossing and engaging pretty much the whole way through, and I didn't notice a lot of mistakes that needed significant attention, just some typos here and there. So because I had a couple chapters like that, that really saved me and let me, say I got my goals met for the week. I think I can keep that pace up for next week. So my goals for next week will be just that again, 2 chapters a day on average, and hopefully I can finish up my annotations next week, which would be obviously very exciting for me. From there, I have one more editing pass I would need to do, which essentially is just putting it through different word processors and testing it out different ways. I put it through Google Docs WordCheck, I put it through Microsoft Word's WordCheck, and I put it through Grammarly's WordCheck. And Grammarly I use on the Hemingway app. I'm not sure, I forgot what the website is. It might just be hemingwayapp.com. But I go through there, and while I'm there, I also check what my adjective, adverb usage looks like, how complex my sentences are, if there's anything that's too overwritten, too confusingly written. The important thing with Hemingway app, I do think it's a good tool, but it is exactly that. It's just a tool. So I did, the first time I was editing my first novella in this series, I tried to follow every Hemingway app suggestion and got it to the point where there were nothing highlighted, nothing underlined, and it made reading the story a pain. It was super choppy, and just the pacing was horrid. So definitely learn from my mistakes there. I learned from my mistakes. Use it as a tool. Don't just blindly follow it. Just go through it, and every time you see highlight or an underline, ask yourself, is this a valid criticism? Is there a better verb I could use instead of this adverb-verb combination? Is this sentence too confusing? Would it be better to split it up into 2 sentences or 3 sentences? Past tense. Passive voice, is the passive voice here helping my story or is it hurting my story? In general, I think that you should avoid passive voice, but there are plenty of examples where you're in a moment of calm after an exciting chapter, or where you're looking at past tense, or where the object is more important than the actor, than the person manipulating the object. In a lot of those moments, passive voice is actually a good tool. It helps with your pacing, it can help set the emotional tone. I usually find about a third of my passive voice that I write in my first draft sticks around. But it's nice having the Hemingway app point out all the instances so I can say, alright, I like this one, I don't like that one, I don't like that one, I don't like that one, I like this one. You know, on and on. Oh. It's getting cold. Starting to feel a bit more like Christmas. Looking forward to the holidays. I think I work next week, and then the week after that I have like a week and a half off. Over, I guess it might be 2 weeks from then. I don't know. Between Christmas and New Year's, I have a week and a half off. So that's excellent. Yeah, pretty excited for all this. So thank you for writing with me this week. I hope you have a great weekend.